The IKELOS SMG is one of the most iconic and powerful primaries in Destiny history, and with its return during Season of the Seraph, it did not disappoint its legacy or its many longtime fans. It's currently available in the exotic mission Operation Seraph Shield. If you're a new player, it might take some getting used to. Many veterans will tell you this is not a weapon you'll want to miss. To start your PvE god roll, you'll want to go with small bore, to give your SMG a bit more reach and make it a bit easier to keep steady. In your second slot, you'll want to utilize Seraph rounds. It'll give you the flinch benefits of high caliber rounds, the over-penetration benefits of armor-piercing rounds, and the ricochet benefits of ricochet rounds, all while buffing both your range and your stability. And in your third slot, I'll have to recommend Feeding Frenzy. This weapon absolutely tears through adds, and in conjunction with your final perks, you'll almost always have several stacks to make your IKELOS SMG not only feel incredibly deadly, but fluid as well. And that final PvE perk will be Volt Shot, which despite its nerfs is still one of the strongest ad clear and major damage perks in all of Destiny. With Volt Shot, you'll constantly have several stacks of Feeding Frenzy, which feeds right back into the next Volt Shot, on what is already one of the strongest primary archetypes in the game. And finally, you can round out your PvE god roll with a range masterwork to ensure you get the biggest extension to your fall-off damage and accuracy cone. And for PvP, we'll want to again go with small bore, Seraph rounds, and a ranged masterwork for largely the same reasons, but your other traits will be a bit different. In your third slot, you've got a number of good options you can go with, but in my experience, none of them shine quite so well as Killing Wind. Perpetual Motion, Threat Detector, and Dynamic Sway Reduction are all fantastic choices too, so if you feel any of those are better for your playstyle, I'm all for it. But only Killing Wind will give the weapon something that it can't get anywhere else, to help you chain kills at almost unreasonable ranges, especially when we consider our final perk. That final perk is of course Rangefinder. This perk suffered a few changes to prevent it from boosting a weapon's fall-off damage, but it still extends your aim assist and accuracy cones, which will make your IKELOS SMG easier to engage with at the far outer edges of its normal range. Even once you start to run into damage fall-off, it can still very consistently land a kill on a Guardian of any resilience at just over 0.8 of a second, flinching them all over their screen all the while. With these rolls set up, you'll have an incredible primary to aid your every encounter in PvE, and a reliable and lethal SMG to shred Guardians all over the Crucible. If you're new to aggressive frame SMGs, this weapon might not feel quite right at first, but I have to urge you to stick with it. It does take some getting used to for some Guardians, but once you get the hang of it, I promise you'll be happy you invested the time and effort. Thanks all for watching, and I hope you enjoy.